Hello friends, welcome to AWS Tech Talk YouTube channel. In this episode, we will see how to create a S3 bucket using a small Java program. So for that, I am using Eclipse IDE for Java developers. I have also installed AWS Toolkit 2.0 in my Eclipse IDE. If you want to know how to install and how to set up this AWS SDK in Eclipse IDE, you may want to refer my previous video. So what I'll do, I'll just provide this previous video link in the description box. So now let us straight away start. So click on File, New, and click on Project, and select Maven project here. Next, make sure that you check Create a Simple Project. Next, give some group ID. So let us give sample S3 bucket creation. So I'm just giving some group ID. I'll just have same artifact ID. I'll have version whatever is present by default. I'll say finish. So this way I'll have a sample project, Maven project created. So before start writing this the code for that S3 bucket creation, we will have to make sure that we add those dependencies which are needed, right? So for that you need to update this pom.xml file. So just click on this pom.xml file and just add a dependency section. So dependencies, right? So the moment you type dependencies, you will it will get appeared, right? Just select dependencies, and what is the dependency needed for that? Just open your browser and look for this Maven dependency. So what I've done, AWS S3 SDK Maven, and just type and click on the first link, and you will see another page wherein just open that the latest one. So in my case it is 1.12.286. I'll just open the latest one and I'll just copy the dependency section. So I've copied and I'll just paste it in my pom.xml file, right? This way the dependencies has been added for S3 SDK rather. So if you want to add dependency for some other services, suppose SNS, you may want to look for that SNS SDK dependencies, and then you can just copy paste the way we have done it for S3 SDK, right? So let us now try to create a class. So I'll just right click, new class. Now package name would be your group ID. So in our case it is sample S3 bucket creation, right? And then I'll have some class. So demo class, let me give some name, and I'll just select public static void. So this way sample class has been added. So now let us try to add some packages which are needed. So what I've done, I've already listed down those related packages. I'll just copy paste. You may want to know from where we get those packages, so I'll just let you know as well. So for that you can just refer this SDK link, right? Documentation link for developers Amazon has provided. So I'll just provide that link as well in the description, and from there you can just refer this Java code, .NET code. So all this present, right? And as per your need, you may want to refer the code and you can use those codes straight away. Let us go to our Eclipse again. So now what we have done so far, we have just updated the XML file with dependencies. We have added a class, right? So let us try to add some methods. So I have already created those methods. So what I'll do, I'll just straight away copy paste those methods, right? So I've just copied and I'll just put it in inside my class, right? So this way I've just copy paste, and I'll also update my main function, right? So main function would be a simple we'll just try to create a bucket, right, with some name. So I'll just update the main function. So let us now see can we just any errors. So no errors so far. We'll just try to build this particular code. So let us try to run this Java application. So I see some error. So what we'll do, we'll just try to update run as Java in a demo class. So it is trying to create a bucket, but the bucket name is unique, right? So we just forgot to mention that command and argument. Let me try to remove some unwanted code here, and we'll just we did not pass the bucket name in our command and argument. So how can we do that? Click on run configurations, right, and then pass the argument. So what is the argument? Argument would be any bucket name. So I'm just giving some bucket name as a sample bucket name. I'm giving is as my argument. I'll apply and I'll just try to run. So let us see if it is getting created. Sample bucket name, it is trying to create, and so it says bucket name already exists, but at the same time it gives some exception also, right? So the exception why it has come, because the key ID which is present in my Windows preferences, right? So this access key ID and secret access key ID is not present. So we may have to create a new user, right? So let us try to go to our Amazon console. So I've already logged into Amazon console, and here look for IAM. Under IAM we will try to create a new user, and we will use that secret key ID and secret access key in our Eclipse SDK. So IAM, click on users. As you see that there are no users, right? So that is the reason it gives me error, because let me cancel it. So whatever the credentials I gave in my preferences, that is not present in my Amazon console. So that is the reason I got this error. I'll just cancel it, and let me try to create a new user, add user under IAM, and then let us give some test user. Make sure you select this access key programmatic access. Next permissions, click on next permissions, and we'll just attach a policy. Now since we want to access this S3 bucket, so what I'll just attach a S3 policy. I'll type S3 in my filter policies, and I'll check this Amazon S3 full access. Next tags, add tags optional, so I'm not giving anything. I click on next preview, and I'll create user. So the moment I say create user, user has been created. I have just downloaded the file also, and at the same time I'll just copy this access key ID. Let me copy paste in a separate notepad here. So secret access key, I'll copy this as well, right? And we will use this access key ID and secret key in our Eclipse IDE as well. So again, window preferences, let me update this key, secret key here. So secret access key, okay, apply and close, right? So say yes, and let us now see if at all the bucket is getting created or not. So again, I'll right click, I'll say run as Java application, I'll say okay. Sample bucket name, it's trying to creating S3 bucket, sample bucket name, but it says bucket name already exists, right? So what we'll do, we'll just try to change the bucket name. So we'll again go to run configuration, and let me just change the arguments. So let me give some name 1 2 3 4 I'm giving, right? I'll say apply, I'll say run. So sample bucket name 1 2 3 4, let us see if it is getting created. Done. So let's see if the bucket got created or not. So what we'll do, we'll go to our Amazon console, I'll go to S3, look for S3, right, and then you see that sample bucket name 1 2 3 4 is already got created, right? So it got created from our simple Java program, right? So this is the way you can create a bucket using small Java program. So let me repeat the steps. What we have done, we created a small Maven project, right? We added this dependency section under pm.xml. After that we created a small class, demo class, and then we added the important packages. We imported those required packages. Along with, we created simple methods, right? Get bucket, create bucket, and delete bucket, and then we updated our main function. And after that, bucket name, how do we pass the bucket name? We just passed in the argument. So we went to run and run configuration. We just pass the arguments, and the main important part is basically the security credentials. So window preferences, we just make sure that we are using this correct access key ID, secret access key, whatever user we have created. So that's access key ID, secret access key, we used it so that we can access this S3 services of Amazon Web Services from our Eclipse IDE, right? So hope you will like the video content, and if at all you like the video content, please do subscribe to my channel, right? And do watch out this space for more videos. Yeah, thank you.